Want to get started with Audit LA?
Hey,
One moment, we're just gonna click the button. All right, can you hear us?
I can, but I've had my hand up for every single rep because I had very serious questions. And if you weren't sure whether or not I wanted to do public comment or talk to them, you could ask, right? Or in the future, know that I will always want to talk to our reps. That's why I come. That being
Gotcha.
said, so I'm very disappointed because I wanted to ask them, one, why did they, on the day of the fire, did the city council stop all public comment on the phone? There's no more phone-in public comment. So that means if you're displaced from the fire, if you're part of the undocumented community that's would be afraid to go downtown to redress the government, or the ADA community, if you're unable to go, you can no longer call in to any meeting. And as you hear, we're going to have a very important vote tomorrow, and there's no phone call-in at all anymore. I wanted to ask about that. I also wanted to ask about the mayor's rep, why they don't respond when, no matter how many times you reach out, why they don't respond. So I also want to make a point to let you know that besides all of that, I want to go back to the last month. Okay, there's a police officer. He's absolute LAPD, and he was guarding the Scientology with no identification or patches or anything to let you know who he was working for. I find that terrifying. He refused to identify. I knew him as a cop, and he can't lie. They're not allowed to lie and say they're not a cop. But I have a problem with any agency, any entity in our community that hires armed guards where they are not obeying the law, where he didn't have to give me his name necessarily, but they have to identify what company they are working with because he was mistreating the public, and it's just illegal. There's also in the other area, illegal planters. I wanted to also ask NIEs, why is
thank you. That's
Hugo
your time.
allowing this?
Yes,
Mo?
can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, we can
Thank
hear
you
you
very
now.
much. Yes, I did also have a question for a few of the reps, so I'm sorry that I didn't get to ask the question. One of the topics that I wanted to talk about was Evina and Sunshine. We've talked about this in the past, was the Obolensky Law. And by the way, my channel name is Fat Grammy if you ever want to join us, Sunshine. Um, in the Obolensky laws, we did ask for an update from the reps the last time, and we still haven't heard anything. And the Obolensky law is a person that you guys were discussing, where Slow White was saying that they knew the people. He was the no hands man down on Hollywood Boulevard at the testing center there for years and years and years, and they know him. And we're looking for justice for that gentleman. So I would love to have an update on the Obolensky law that we had proposed. Two, I saw some chillin' running around there earlier, and it just brought just a smile to my face, seeing the youth that are available to be running around and being part of the community and part of the process. It was really great, but also know that that's the perfect age to be caught up by our cult of Scientology that likes to hold them into a room and hold them captive to where they can't leave. So with that, I would like to bring that bad part of it also. With that, I yield back my time. Thank you. Got to join the thing. Sorry, we had to hop over there.
And be a voice to try to get that public speech back to our community. And also why the city is ignoring actual federal, state, and
Okay,
local ADA
thank
laws.
you very much.
Thank
All right, we'll go to Mo. I'll allow you a minute to speak.
This
Begin.
meeting is being recorded.
Thank you very much. Can you hear me?
Mo, whenever
Yeah.
you're ready, you have a minute.
Yes, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Thank you. It
Go
took me a
ahead.
second. Thank you. I too would like to speak about the Big Blue building and the permits over there. The planters are still not moved, and they are in direct violation of the city, state, and federal codes. And I can't egress or ingress off from the paratransit vehicles. So I would like to know what's going to be done with that. Thank you, and I yield back my time.
We'll now go to RLA and everyone else, and we will give everyone else a minute. Okay? I'll allow you to speak.
Hi, yes, I have a question. Really interesting presentation. But they just passed a rule now that where organizations, religious institutions can by right build on their properties, housing. And I guess I have a concern because the cult of Scientology is a massive landowner in this community. And like they could, I guess, by right build so much housing to become like a Clearwater, Florida. Is there anything, can you speak on what that would mean with this plan and if that's true, and how that may look? And also I'd like to know, how do I get a list of any and all lobbyists for or against this plan? And are you a lobbyist? Thank you.
We go on to the next person. Mo, you're allowed to talk for a minute.
This meeting is being recorded.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Fran, for the presentation. I certainly appreciate it. I have my main question is with the reduction of the public input with this plan. I did hear the city rep Emma say that it has been ongoing for a while. Has there been a reduction in HUD or ADAG requirements? And what about the accessibility? Because we know there's so much accessible housing that's still needed. It's not just affordable, but accessible. And if you're lessening from the public and public requirements, I'm worried that more and more accessible housing will be taken away. So that is my statement. Thank you. And my question.
I see one hand for community report. RLA, you're not a community report, so can you keep your hand down until they're done? Thank you. All right, Carla, allow you to speak.
Hi, everyone. Yes, I know Emma gave some updates there on the Hollywood Community Plan, but I just wanted to update on a few other items. Another update I have is Council President Harris Dawson's announcement of the new committee assignments to City Council. So just to give information of where Councilmember Soto Martinez will sit. So Councilmember Soto Martinez will now be chair of the Civil Rights, Equity, Immigration, Aging, and Disability Committee, vice chair of the Economic Development and Jobs Committee. He will be sitting on the Public Safety Committee, sitting on the Rules, Elections, and Intergovernmental Relations Committee, sitting on the Ad Hoc Committee. And I actually do have one more update because I know this item came up. So for the planters along Fountain and L. Ron Hubbard Way. So those have been reported to Bureau of Street Services. I touched base with their investigators assigned to the case, and they informed me that due to the noncompliance to the citations and orders given to the parties involved, this case has been referred to the city attorney's office, and the hearing for this is scheduled for mid-February. And as it is a legal matter, the information available to the council office is limited, but BSS will be providing updates as they become available, and we will provide those updates to the community when we receive them.
Audit LA, so I'll ask you to unmute a minute. Go ahead.
Yes, thank you, Carla, for that much awaited update. Because I was about to roast your boss being the head of civil rights, if he's ignoring the ADA community. But I want to know when the case is going to court because I want to be there. And I also want to know because they hired Bill Delvac to lobby for them for L. Ron Hubbard Way to vacation it. And I'm hoping that the councilman will take a stand against that because it is a thoroughfare to hospitals. That is a heavy hospital area. We live, and I also that, and I want to know about that. And also their red line to no parking. There is not a piece of paper in existence in that city that I could find, and I've checked everywhere, that red no parking zone is legal. It's not. It's from like the 90s. And but the city is still enforcing no parking there. And unless you can prove to me or some entity can prove to me that is the actual red zone, that needs to be removed too. And I want to keep pushing until they are abiding by the law.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I could answer to that. So I'll double check on the date and update you on that. I believe I have your email. So I'll send that over to you once I lock in that date for the hearing. And also for the no parking zone. So that's something that our office is actually looking into. Our transportation team is working with LADOT to look into that street specifically because of the no parking signs. Um, and there was the other point. Can you remind me again what the other point was?
Oh, let me go ahead. Does anyone on the board remember the other point? So, or if not,
The hearing date, I think she wanted
a
the hearing
hearing
date.
date. Okay.
Yeah, so the hearing date and then the no parking signage that our office is looking into.
Okay. Mo, I'll allow you to talk. Got a minute?
This meeting is being recorded.
Thank you very much, Carla, for the information. I too was talking about the planters and the street permits, and the third item was the street vacation about the lobbyist that is working, Mr. Delvec, that's working with Mr. Hugo on the street vacation. And yes, I am very interested in that, and I will wait for that information. I'll possibly get it through Audit LA or through the neighborhood office here. So thank you.
Yeah, and onto to the street vacation. I wish Emma was on here, but I know that's something that our office was looking into as well. We're not necessarily our office. This is not an official stand, but in terms of street vacations, that's something that our office isn't fully in support of. But I would defer to Emma for more information on that. But that's kind of the update we have there for that one.
Um, I see two hands up. It's going to be a minute each. Please keep it to questions pertaining to the East Hollywood bid, by the way. If it's not considering East Hollywood bid, I will mute you. Mo, go ahead.
Thank you very much, Mr. Martinez. In the last East Hollywood bid meeting, we had talked with the representative, with the mayor's rep, and they were discussing the relationship between the East Hollywood bid and the Church of Scientology, the cult of Scientology. And I'm wondering how, if that was questioned, if there was any result from that. And I would like to have some answers from Jeff. So thank you very much for giving me the time to ask that question.
Okay. Jeff?
All property owners that have property within this district are eligible to be on the board, and they are automatically members of the bid. That's just law. So.
Okay. We will now go to Audit LA. You're allowed to speak. It will be a minute, and it has to pertain to the East Hollywood bid, please. Go ahead.
Yes, I have a conflict of interest concern as well with Susan Furio. She is on the East Hollywood bid, and as we just heard tonight from Hugo's office, that location, where she represents, is being taken to court because they are breaking federal ADA laws. I believe there's a conflict of interest. They also just recently registered, okay, as lobbyists. So is it okay for her to be on the bid and be a lobbyist sitting on the bid? I have the same question for LAPD tomorrow with their CPAPs. I think there's a conflict of interest. I think it stinks to high heaven. I think she needs to step down until all this is cleared up. And I'd like an answer to that. Thank you. I would also, you said you talked to Janet about these planters. You said that yourself. It was the state representative, and you said you did talk to her. And I would like to know what she said about it, and I would like to CPRA that.
I didn't hear a question.
Okay, thank you.
Chris. I didn't hear a question, Chris.
Of course not.
We will move on then. We will go to consent agenda. Budget and
Okay, thanks.
Go ahead,
Hi.
James.
Yeah, do you want to give me share?
Yes, of course.
Okay, I'll go through this quickly because I know we've been here for a while. Let me get this going here. Sorry, one sec. Okay, there's that. Okay, is this the right one? Let's see. 2025 0127, I think it is. Okay, we see the window, yes?
Yes, we do.
Okay, great. Here is the December monthly expense report. We started with 26, we left with 1850. We did our usual payments and we paid Vanessa after a very long time, and we paid out our NPGs. So that is that. There's still some outstanding checks that have to be deposited, but that's it.
Okay.
I move. Oh, Chris, got it. All right. I'll second. Is there any public comment on the monthly expense report? Please raise your hand.
This is Doug real quick on the payment of the webmaster, the 2,000.
Yeah, it's a whole bunch of old checks because I didn't pay her for the whole fiscal year.
Okay.
Yeah. Audit LA. Please, pertaining to the MERP, please.
Yes, I would like to know who didn't get paid for a whole year and why that would happen.
My webmaster, Wendy, because I work full time. I am doing my thesis and I want to kill myself.
Okay, well, that's okay. I mean,
I'm also resigning at the end of this meeting. Are there any further questions on this topic, Audit LA?
you know what? Yeah, I have a lot of more questions now. I just asked a question why someone didn't get paid for a year. Everyone wants to get paid. It wasn't towards you directly, and I hope you do well, and I wish you well, but that's not the way to answer a question to a stakeholder.
Yeah. Thank you for your concerns.
Yeah.
All right, let's get a roll call vote.
All right, Christopher,
Yes.
James,
Yes.
Jeff,
Shit.
Yes, sir.
Jillian,
Yes.
Coulter,
Yes.
Doug,
Yes.
Jennifer,
Yes.
Stephanie,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Jack, yes, Rosie,
Yes.
Josh,
Yes.
or passes.
Jillian, do you want to pitch these or do you want me to?
I can do it.
All right.
These have all been
Let her rip.
previously approved. We just needed to update them so that they are in the current fiscal year. And we seem to have worked out a system whereby it appears as though the artists will be able to potentially get paid before they perform the work, which is great news. So this is sort of the happy result of a long kerfuffle involving the Office of Finance. But so we can just everyone's seen these before. They were previously approved. We're just updating the approval for this fiscal year.
Okay. I move.
I second.
Any comment on this? No? Okay, let's take it to a vote.
All right, Christopher,
Yes.
James,
Yes.
Jeff,
Yes. Yes.
Jillian,
Yes.
Coulter,
Yes.
Doug,
Are we doing B and C together?
No, let's approve these one at a time.
Okay, so B, no.
B, no. Jennifer,
Yes.
Stephanie,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Jack, yes, Rosie,
Yes.
Josh,
Yes.
motion passes.
Beautiful. Numero C. Jillian?
Same situation as the last one. Previously approved, just updating for the fiscal year.
I move. Do we have a second?
Are you seconding, Mike, or do you have a comment?
I just had can you remind me where we stand in terms of getting like the protective coating over these so that they potentially last longer?
1 sec. I'm going to second. Now we're going to move into comment, and now there's Mike's comment, and now I don't know. What's the story with the protective coating? I have no idea.
I would just hate to see like this get
Presently
like
protective.
graffitied.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying I would hate to see this, such a nice design get vandalized, and then we only get to enjoy it for as long as that takes.
Yeah, I know there's that like special paints or whatever that other paint like slides off, so some kind of Teflon spray or something. I don't know. I don't know if that was ever a thing.
We're dealing with, super limited budgets here. And the onus is on the individual artist. Now the Department of Transportation won't even prime boxes. So we have to have these individuals prime their own boxes, which LADOT used to do. All that to say, arts and culture can look into if there's, we're just sort of trying to see through this previous box round of utility box murals. And once they are done, I'd be happy as we prepare for the next round. There will be a baton pass to Rosie, hopefully, can help oversee the program. And then we could look into, now that we have a better pathway to the Office of Finance, hopefully we could set it up so that we have a higher threshold so that we're equipping artists with the supplies that they need to do a protective coating. But right now we're pretty limited with what we can do. I hope that makes sense.
Okay.
Thank you.
Some comment from Audit LA.
Go ahead. You have a minute.
Yeah, I'm very concerned because your person just said he wants to kill himself, and then you're going on with business as usual as if he didn't say that. I need to know, is he joking? Is he serious? Because seriously, you have that is extremely upsetting to hear, because actually I wouldn't want anything bad to happen to him, you, or anyone. And it's just mind-boggling to me that you just skipped over that and we're talking about this. Is he okay? Does he need intervention? Does he need to take a break? Whatever. Seriously, you can't drop a bomb like that and just move on. What is wrong with you? Not you, the person who said it, but the rest of you for just skipping over it and acting like he didn't say that.
30 seconds.
Okay, 30 seconds. I mean, that's I am very concerned for his well-being. Seriously, legit. All nothing aside. I am serious. I am concerned for his well-being. I've known people who have done that to themselves. And you just go pick up as if you didn't even hear it. I heard it. And I hope it's not a real threat. I hope you were just blowing steam.
Okay, that's time. Thank you for your comment. Audit LA is much appreciated. All right. Do I get a vote on this?
Do it, Christopher.
Yes.
James.
Yes.
Jeff.
Yes, sir.
Jillian.
Yes.
Coulter.
Yes.
Doug.
No.
Jennifer.
Yes.
Stephanie.
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
Jack. Yes. Rosie.
Yes.
Josh.
Yes.
Motion passes.
I love that. And I love the art on this. God help the artist getting those gradients. We did that on a set once and it was a nightmare. Okay. Now we have item number D. We have to approve the rehiring of our web developer for this fiscal year.